Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the last episode of the year. Happy Monday. We're almost there.
Fuck.
This is it. You're going to watch this, and the very next day, we're moving into 2025.
Thank God.
And I couldn't be happier.
I could not be happier. Welcome in, everyone. Fucking Christ. What? Whoa, dude. Hey, if you've ever experienced a bad December, I challenge you to top mine. Oh, my family member died during COVID in the hospital. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't even compare.
Whoa. We're swinging for the gates right off the rip.
New environment.
Yeah.
New environment. First off, I don't know if you. First off, it's a fucking disaster in here. Don't look. I haven't got a chance to put everything away because
you want me to pull down the fucking green screen and show you the fucking mess behind me.
My ADHD brain gets to a point where it's like, I gotta go, and I'm like fucking going, and then all of a sudden, like my non-ADHD brain kicks in and goes, "Oh, dude, hey, you're a little overwhelmed right now. Like, you should take a minute to like calm down." And then I'm like, I gotta leave this room. But check this out. There's so much room.
There is so much room.
I can do fucking karate kicks.
Yeah.
You
know what you can't do?
What's that?
Fully assemble one of those bookshelves because I've got 4 of those pegs in a bag on my counter.
I have one bar. I was like, how? It's sitting on.
This is gonna drive him fucking insane.
I have back to ADHD brain. I have been tearing boxes apart looking for like various nail clippers. Have no idea where my nail clippers are. Like, you know what I mean? Oh fuck. And then okay, thank God we get through the move. Which
that fucking couch, dude.
All right, let's play this in. Friday, you come down, and I feel
the look. One more time, we're going up, we're going down. What? We're just gonna switch around and just flip it. Let's flip it.
I felt like I did pretty good, like getting the house semi-prepped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, right? Like it wasn't. I mean, probably wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
That was pretty smooth sailing for most moves that I've been a part of.
Yeah, I tried to like have that ready to rock.
We had tell your story.
Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Trevor movie situation brought to you by Goldfish, Flavor Basset Extra Cheddar.
Friday, you come down, right? Because we're gonna start early. We're gonna come up, get the truck, the work truck. We're gonna go to the dump. And then we're going to, go maybe pack some shit up, get everything ready, and then hopefully go and pick up my keys late in the afternoon and then maybe move some shit over. So I tell my boss, I'm off on Friday and Monday. I need these 2 days. I have to get the shit done, please. Okay, no problem. So, okay, Thursday night, he calls me. He's like, okay, we got a meeting at 10 a.m. I'm like, you motherfucker, I have got to move. Well, we have to do this. Okay, so he's like, it'll be 15 minutes. How long did it take? An hour?
Yeah, probably about 40 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, fucking Christ. So we get done. We jam out. And then I'm like, I call the place that I'm here right now. And I'm like, hey, you guys want me to move in at 4:30? I just want to make sure we're all okay with that. Oh, actually, can you come right now because we're going to close early? Was anybody going to what had happened had I shown up at 4:30?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What?
Mind you, we were already on the road going to do something completely different.
Turn around. Let me go get my checkbook because I got to pay for this.
Oh.
We turn around, go get the checkbook, drive all the way to the property here, sit down, do all my paperwork, everything. Bring out my checkbook to pay for the move-in, and he's like, "Oh, it's got to be a cashier's check or money order." I'm like, "The written lease says check."
Does it, Sam?
Does it, Sam? God. So of course I'm like, "Okay, let's go to the bank." So we jam over to the bank, pick up the money order, come back. All right, I just need to grab keys, and I'm out of here. Oh yeah, no problem. The maintenance guy's going to get keys. How long was I standing in the office? 20 minutes? 15, 20 minutes at least?
Probably 20 to 30. You were in the office for probably 20, but then we were outside talking to us for another like 10 or so.
Yeah. So I go back in and I'm like, Sam, can you please call Nick and get me my fucking keys? I gotta go, man. We are burning time. By this point, we were supposed to start at 9 a.m. It is almost 2 o'clock at this point. We've done nothing. Sam calls the maintenance guy. Maintenance guy's like, the keys are sitting on his file.
Manila envelope with big, like bold black Sharpie letters
Like
that say
big, 320. Fuck. All right. Get the keys. Let's go over to the apartment real quick. I want to take a peek at it. Just make sure we're all on the same page. We get some idea. Walk in and it's like, there ain't no fucking way, dude. House is destroyed. There's shit everywhere.
I really think we would have all had a different outcome if they would have just moved the entire door with a giant hole in it. Like if that wasn't there, just anywhere but like right where we're looking, because like I was like, oh, and just fixated on that, and then everything else was.
So I talked to the maintenance guy today, and I was like, this was an eviction unit, right? And he's like, I think it was a skip. And I was like, oh. And he's like, but the problem is that we didn't know it was a skip, so it sat. We just were like, oh, nobody's paying their rent. So we tried to post notices for eviction.
What's a skip?
A skip.
They just left?
Yeah, you just leave. You just take off. So because they skipped, I don't have a mail key. So I'm like, can I get a mail key? And they're like, yeah, we'll get you a mail key. We just have to wait for the post people to show up so we can swap the lock and put a new key on. And so I go into the office, was it yesterday? And I was like, I need to get a mail key.
Is Sam in charge of this too?
I got some things to say about Sam. So
the surgeon.
So he's like, okay, not a problem. I'll put your number on the board to remember when the mail people come here to make sure that we get on. He goes to write on the board and he puts my name, he puts my address down, and I'm like, are those all people that email keys? He's like, yeah, there's like 30 fucking apartments on it. I'm like,
and he wrote my name down as Mark.
yeah, exactly.
Sam, come on.
So, okay. So we get back to the house. We do our dump run, which was relatively quick for the most part, in and out. We were like I even told Janica, it was like, we've got two options. We're either going to be there 20 minutes or we're going to be there an hour. Like,
yeah, we're there 10.
Wow, we are fucking in and out. Finish up that, get back to the house, pack down a bunch of other stuff, stage the garage in the most perfect way we possibly could. I felt like furniture move in and out was as smooth as possible. That was phenomenal. Saturday morning, it was pretty good. Saturday morning.
Getting it in the U-Haul. Cake.
Getting out of the U-Haul, not bad. Getting upstairs in the apartment, woof. So Saturday comes, people show up, we've got help, and we're moving forward. Okay. We get here. Everything goes in the apartment relatively smooth.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it was raining.
And it wasn't like raining.
No.
I was preparing for like
monsoon. Yeah. But it went in, man. Like we got things packed in this place pretty quick. Now, of course, we packed all the heavy, crazy shit at the first point. You know, we moved it out first and then we put it in the truck first. So, of course, it was the last thing to come out of the truck. But not bad.
It wasn't going to happen any other way.
At one point, At one point, I came upstairs and Aaron was like sitting in the chair, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, just my asthma is really bad and everything." I was all right. Take a breather. And I go downstairs and like Cliff is like, I'm like, "What's going on? You all right?" And he's like, I'm a fat fuck who hasn't done anything for 7 months. Like I'm like, okay, dude, if we all got to take a break, we should take a break because if not, like we're gonna burn. But we pumped. So the last thing that had to come to this apartment is my fucking couch.
Now, can you imagine if we did it backwards and we started with the couch and we got that frustrated at the beginning? Would have been fucking hell.
Or when it finally slipped in, we would have had all the peak adrenaline and endorphins kicking off to just knock the rest of it out.
You don't want that crash. We still had one more trip.
We did have one more trip. Holy shit. That's a good point. That couch, we fucking fought that couch so hard. And all it had to do with us was just how we brought it up the stairs. We overcomplicated it so fucking much. Well, I don't know about overcomplicate it, but it was
perfectly designed to only be able to go in one specific way. And it took us every other way to figure that out.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right.
How many times? We're going to go back down. We're going to pivot. Okay. Flip it. Upside down. Backwards. Hot dog's head hike. Like it was just like
take the feet off.
Except for
put the feet back on.
We took the feet off. We went in one try.
Mm-hmm.
After the feet off, it was done.
No, it was feet off, and the way that we remember, like because it was narrower on one side, we were trying to get it up the stairs and then twist and pivot it to slide it in, but it wasn't gonna fit that way. So yes. Once we realized, if we just get it up the stairs the way it needs to go in, we don't need to try and rotate and pivot it, and it just fucking right inside the apartment. And I just was like, okay, we're good. We got the second run done. We had some sandwiches. We got the second run done, which was mostly just boxes. Except for Aaron picked up one box and he's like, why is this thing so fucking heavy? I was like, it's books. And he's like, yeah, I know, but why do you have books? I was like, I love my books. He's like, you don't need books. I was like, I'll take the box. He's like, no, I got it. So, all right. And then Sunday, I went back to the house to clean. And I cleaned. I don't know. Did I send you pictures?
No, just that you had learned lessons about double-sided tape.
Yeah.
You're like, I have learned a hard lesson here today.
I gotta put soundboard back up here, but what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy plywood and plywood up first, then attach soundboard.
Poster board.
Or poster board. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Poster board was some same thing we did with the thing on the ceiling.
Yep, 100%. Because wow, I thank God. So, and this is the best part. So Sean ended up showing up Sunday. He showed up Sunday after he got
after all the heavy lifting was done.
Yeah. And that's it. He was
like,
God,
Sean.
I'm so sorry. Like, it's fine, man. You got work. Shit happens. Sean shows up to help me clean the rest of the house. And I had already gotten through 95% of it. I was like, this is all the stuff I need to take with me. Move it all out. I'm going to vacuum. We're going to close the door. We'll get out of here. I just need you to help move that stuff upstairs. And then I just had him help me with the bookshelf to move it in the room. Because by that point, I wasn't walking. And so Sean helped me out. We went to dinner that night and then he took off. I woke up Monday morning at like 5 a.m. screaming in pain. Like I woke up out of a dead scream. Like I'm sure my neighbors think I'm like a non-vet. Like there's no other way around it. Like I was just like, I was like, holy shit, it hurts so bad.
Sunday, I went to work.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a hard time. What hurt the most for me was my forearms from just like awkwardly gripping things. Sunday, I was having a hard time like just writing, like holding the pencil in the way that I could write. I was like, oh man. And I think I texted everybody, I was like, man, how's everybody feeling? My shit hurts today. Monday was like, I got hit by a car. Like everything was sore. My arms, I woke up like T-Rex. Like, oh.
I had to go back to the house to turn in keys to the realtor. And I was like sitting in the pit, and she came in. She's like, "Hey, how are you?" I was like, "I'm good." And I went to get up and like couldn't stand up. I was like, "It's okay if we just talk down here." She's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." I was just like, "You gotta." I'm barely moving. We talked. She was a cool lady. I've worked with through the whole thing with her. She's really fucking nice. I feel bad that it ended the way that it did. I was telling her and I was telling Sean, I was like, I have been in that house a fucking decade. I was 26 years old when I moved into that house. That's a lot of memories. It's a lot of shit. And then I got here and I haven't been able to make good memories yet. One, because the house is still in disarray. Like I've got a lot of stuff. Like the living room is pretty much packed down, but my kitchen's still unpacked because I'm still waiting for maintenance to come through to fix their shit. Gnats everywhere because it sat for a long time. I've been trying to clean. I've been dumping bleach and shit down drains just to try and kill it. And it's like I've reduced the amount of gnats that have been in here, but it's not still there. They're still everywhere. I'm fighting them in my fucking sleep. And I haven't been able to get comfortable. And I think that's what it is. And like coming into a place where it was
everything's new.
Everything's new. It was not done right. You know what I mean? And I think more or less for me, because I'm in this industry and this is what I do, like I'm highly critical of it because I'm like, I wouldn't have done this. But then also like trying to be realistic and being like, it was a short turn and these guys actually got me a unit when something else wasn't ready for me. It's like, okay, I gotta be patient with it. Met some of my neighbors, pretty good people. You remember that girl that had the dog that was downstairs?
Yeah.
So I ended up talking to her. I was out on the balcony the other night having a smoke, and she saw me up there, and she's like, "What games do you play? I know you're a gamer. I saw you bring all this stuff in." And I was like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like trying to I don't know how to, when people ask you, like, this is a good conversation, but it's like when people ask you, what games
Tarkov, I'm stapling my fucking nuts to a dictionary and throwing it off my balcony.
Yeah. What type of games do you play? Ones that make me hate myself, But then she was like,
Russian roulette.
Yeah. She was like, do you play MMOs? And I was like, I do. Yeah. She was like, I play WoW and Final Fantasy. And I was like, really? She's just a hardcore gamer. She's just a gamer. I was like, all right, cool. Like it was nice to meet someone very close and within the community that then already is like, we should, you use Discord? Like, yeah, I use Discord. Like, oh man, we should play games together. And I was like, that's cool. Yeah, absolutely. So it's slowly becoming a home for at least 12 months. You know what I mean? But it's, I want to figure it out. I want it to look nice. I want it to be comfortable. I want to unpack it and feel ready to rock. I want to go in to 2025 not having to fight anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I told maintenance today so then, okay, we get done with all the moving and everything. I get done on Monday. Was it Wednesday? No, Wednesday was Christmas. I don't know. What day was Christmas?
Wednesday.
So Christmas Eve, I'm driving my car and all of a sudden it goes and the check engine light comes on. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, why now? You know what I mean? And I try and take it slow. Turn the car off. Check engine light goes away. Cool. Throw it in drive. No check engine light. Step on the gas. Check engine light pops back on. Instantly, I'm like, okay, this is a misfire. It's one of three things. I got my fuel pump replaced recently. Maybe it has to do with that. That's under warranty. Cool. Fuel injector, spark plugs, and wires. So only three things it can be. All right. My shop doesn't open up till Monday, so I'm like, I'll take it in, figure out what the hell's going on. But now, because of that, I haven't been able to go to work. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like stress. It's stress on top of stress on top of stress. So then I'm just here. I'm just trying to unpack. I'm just dealing with frustration. And then I wake up this morning, go out to the property, and it's a fucking lake. It rained last night. It didn't rain.
I didn't realize it rained that much.
It didn't. What happened is I found out because I walked over to the office because I was like, I'm trying to set up maintenance stuff. So it was a lake on one side, it was a lake on the other side, and it was the whole office and everything up to the front door of the office was underwater on the property side.
Shit.
And I was like, what the fuck happened? They were like, we don't know. City is out here. Utilities are out here. They're going to try and figure it out. On the other backside behind the office, or like in the, like where the office was, there's that gate. And behind that gate, there's a storm drains, like manhole area. And that section collapsed, almost like a sinkhole in a sense. And when it collapsed, it crushed the storm drain pipe. And so all of the city
just
pushed up to there and then didn't have any place to go out. So it just flooded the whole area.
Oh, shit.
So not only did they have to turn off water because they didn't know where it was coming from. So half of the property over there was out of water. I got saved. I'm okay. My car didn't get hit with any water, and like this apartment area over here didn't get hit with the shutoff. But everything on that side is like out of water. They had to move all their cars, and like they were asking people, "Can you move your cars?" And it's like our cars are like up to the doors, above the door, like when you open it, where the water's at. Like, what do you want us to do? There's probably a ton of cars out there that got fucking flooded.
Yeah.
Easily. Like some of the pictures I was sending you, like they were above, like halfway above the roof.
I was looking. I was like, oh my God. And the BMW isn't that tall.
Nope.
I was.
There's a dude who's got a Corvette over there that was like, and I was like, man, well.
Oh, that red one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's low.
I was like, that sucks, man. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Again, this is a year. I'm literally planning on just being here a year. You know what I mean? So, but it's been chaos. And because it's been chaos, I feel like I just have not found a place to be comfortable yet. You know what I mean?
It's also been 1 week.
I don't know if that's a comparable thing. You can't say, oh, it's only been a week. Give it. It's like fucking, you'll acclimate. Sometimes you don't. Check this out.
Trevor, just the fact that I called you and said you were set up and you were playing games, I think that's a big step in the right direction.
After battling Comcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, that's always going to be a thing.
True. So I plug everything in. It's not working. Call Comcast. Comcast is like, because there was such a large bill on this account, they basically have blocked service to this location. And I'm like, well, you can obviously see that this account that is 15, 16 years old, probably longer than that, is not the person that was here. Unlock the account. Oh, we don't, we're having issues. We're going to have to send a tech out. The earliest the tech can come out is Friday. This is when I talked to
that shit fucking pissed me off.
I've lost my mind.
What is that tech going to do?
So what did I do? I went to not Home Depot. I went to Best Buy, spent $200 on a new router because I was like, I'm going to test the theory here. Sure enough, went in, put a new MAC address in from the router. Or the modem, instant service. I was like, you fucking cocks. So probably what ended up happening is when I transferred services over, because the apartment itself was locked, any new MAC address that came up on there, they just instantly were like, nope, no good. You know what I mean? Had I had my own Xfinity box and stuff like that was tied to an account, it probably would not have been an issue. But I was like, you cocksuckers, you motherfuckers. So just one of those situations where I just was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to leave it be. Call it good. I've got internet. I've been able to play games. I've got movies watching. Apparently my Xfinity now comes with Peacock. I have no idea what Peacock is. I set up my account. I went through and looked at a bunch of the videos on there. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'll make do. I'll survive. And now it's just about going into 2025 with new games on the horizon. Did you watch that donkey video I sent you today?
No.
God damn it.
My day has been a fucking shitstorm. you sent me that as I walked out, and like I was running around breaking people. Like okay, like you need to go on break right now, or you're not gonna get a break. Break them, do that, push around. I was like basically like floating, like making sure everything was like going as smooth as they can because they happen to be down a guy, and I was trying to fill the role that needed to be filled. It's like whatever time you text me, the guy that I have to like fill in for, it has to leave by like 2 something. And so I was like, I haven't eaten anything all day. I made a sandwich. It's just like, it's in my lunchbox out in my car. I'm just going to run out. I'm going to shove it in my face as fast as I can. And then and like, everybody's like, fine. Like, I'm not like, it's just like, I mean, I broke all of you. And like, this is, anyways, here or there. I'm like, I have a sandwich. I'm like, like, remember in South Park where the guy with the butt face where he eats by just shoving shit in the butt cheeks? That was me. And you were like, it's a 7, or do you have 7 minutes to watch? I was like crumbs, like, no. I kept shoving, put my phone back in, and then my phone sat in my pocket the rest of the day. I was just sprinting around. I did not see it.
Did they finally pay you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That's good. That's all that matters.
Oof.
To cut you a little bit? Try and fuck you a little bit?
No. Well, with this company, I'm a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
So what hurts is seeing the large sum of money.
But you got to pull out for taxes.
And then really like, it's one thing when I see it on a line, but it's another thing when I have to separate it from my bank account and go, oh, fucking what?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So that donkey video, watch it tonight. Again, it's 7 minutes. It won't take much more of your time, but he just basically is like, I don't know if have you ever watched donkey videos?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, so Video Game Donkey is this guy who reviews games or whatever, but in a very fun way. He's great content. Great fucking content. It's go back and watch all of his stuff when you get bored. It's just fun. It makes you feel good. It makes you laugh because he just kind of digs at the stuff that's dumb, but like in a very fun way. When you hear his voice, I want you to hear his voice, and then I want you to remember he's a big fat white guy with glasses, and you will not you're just be like, I don't get it. But trust me, just get through it. Anyway, he's talking about 2025, new games on the horizon. He's all excited about it. And he goes through like the list of video games, and he's just like, hey, you're going to play a female character with a sword that's going to hit people. And he's like, and then this new game that's coming out, and you're going to play a female character with a sword that hits people. And he just goes through a list, and you're like, oh, because basically the video is like the state of, AAA games or whatever. And like, once he breaks it all down, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a rough haul.
Intergalactic.
A female character who's gonna have a sword hit people.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And it's like the pendulum has swung, right? To where it needs to be female lead. And now it's coming back and people are like, oh, get the fuck out of here. But now it's like kind of going the other way. And they're like, you got to be with fucking men. Like I don't mind where Intergalactic is right now. I never even saw that as it's like a woman thing, because if the content's there, the content's there. If it looks fun to play, it'll be fun to play.
I grew up playing Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? Like a female character is not an issue.
Maybe not the best idea. Maybe not the best example. I grew up playing Tomb Raider. Okay, female character, strong womanly leads were not the issue. No, I'm just saying, like, Intergalactic looked good.
Yeah.
And that's what I left it at.
It
didn't seem like they were trying to shove it down my fucking throat. I don't care.
Well, my whole thing about it too is that it's not even about Intergalactic, the character, the story that is what's got me so involved. It's from Naughty Dog. That's what's got me involved.
Yeah.
I have yet to be upset with the Naughty Dog. Last of Us 2 is a great game. There's some parts of the story that I'm like, I think they tried to push a little too hard. And I think a little bit, maybe that's where people are kind of swinging in this. Like, they're looking at Last of Us 2 and then they're seeing Naughty Dog's next adventure with a female protagonist. And they're like, are you guys going to try and do the same thing that you were doing for Last of Us 2? And I think, maybe here nor there at that point, because no one even knows anything about it. So you can't judge it before it comes out on that aspect. But for me, it's like, regardless of what I thought some of the story was, Naughty Dog does not make bad games. Uncharted games, Last of Us games. Even back in the day with the Crash Bandicoots, I grew up playing Crash 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I'm against, and I will go through it. The only issue I have is I don't have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not going to go and buy a PlayStation 5. So I'm hoping...
Not in this economy.
Not with my current state. If my car doesn't cost me any money, okay, we'll have a conversation. But realistically, it's like, I'm hoping that game will come to PC, but it will be a later... It's like, Sony does this thing where they've started doing the transition to PC, but it is much later. Like, I am waiting for Spider-Man 2 to come out on PC so I can play Spider-Man 2. Astrobot on PC.
Is Bloodborne on PC?
Nope.
No. Okay. So I was watching some video and it was like, what's his face? My brain isn't braining. From Software.
Oh.
Hideo Kojima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. Miyazaki.
Yeah. It was like a still of him and it said, total gameplay is going to be about 30 hours. But like most people took about like 100 hours to beat Elden Ring. And then it's like, we have no plans of releasing a DLC. And then they released the DLC of the Erd Tree. He goes, this is the final thing we're going to produce. And then they released this. And then somebody commented, LOL. And they said that Bloodborne was never coming to PC. And then somebody's like, but they did. Did they?
No.
Oh, okay.
Bloodborne's never come to PC. I mean, you got me fucked up now, but I mean, unless they have announced it.
Really, we should do research before we start these things.
No.
No?
No. There are some things you can do to get it on PC.
Bloodborne is finally on PC. Here's how to set it up.
Exactly.
It's
not on PC.
Okay.
The thing is that, and that's really what it comes down to, is like, if it was more of money investment thing for Sony, they would jump on it. Well, when would Bloodborne come on PC? After Sony acquires From Software. Sometime next year. It's the same thing with like Demon Souls. Demon Souls had no right being given to a different team to like remake it and put it on PlayStation 5. Thank God it did, because it was okay. I mean, for me, Demon Souls was like, that was the beginning of the beginning. Like, I get that From Software had done all their stuff beforehand, Kingsfield and fucking, all the Armored Cores and everything. But for the Souls like stuff, that was the original thing that like grasped me and got me in, and I had that game in Japanese. So everything, all the items, everything I picked up, I had to go to a wiki page to look it up. It was the only way I could play that game. And then it came out in the US and I picked it up in the on English and then played it on English, and it was fucking fantastic. I had so much fun with it.
It's so much fun being able to understand what the fuck was going on.
That was a big one. Because at that point I was just like, I'm super cool. Like I used to just scroll through like rings and things like that and like trinkets and just see where my stats moved and be like, okay, that looks better. I played enough for RPGs.
God, I wish that's what you should do. That's a video. Playing something in a different language and giving a rough estimate on what you think the story is, and then playing it again in English and be like, oh, I was so off.
Oh my god, that'd be a sick 2-parter. Just get through the whole thing and be like, this is my impressions of it. And then playing it a second time, be like, I fucking hate that game.
Tell me this isn't one of the craziest things you've ever heard.
Okay.
26-year-old that I was like training over there.
Uh-huh.
He, until just a few years ago, had never seen any of the Star Wars and was so like distanced from them that he really had only like a very loose idea of what they were about. And in one sitting, one is like his brother's friend bought like opening night tickets to go see like the last of all the Star Wars that have been released in theaters. So leading up to that weekend, he just watched episode 1 all the way through into that. Is that probably not the craziest fucking way to experience Star Wars you've ever heard?
Okay.
Like I wouldn't even know how to start judging because like, you know, we grew up on like 4, 5, 6, and then we got 1, 2, 3. We're like, man, that kind of sucks. And then we started getting fucking 7, 8, 9, and we're like, man, fucking 1 and 2 didn't look so bad anymore. And like, but he just went like, ugh. And he's like, it was so crazy because like, obviously, like this like stuff over here is like the newest and like the best graphics, but like it doesn't have the character of like definitely not 4, 5, and 6. And
I've thought about this for a long time. I don't think that you should watch Star Wars in chronological order. I think you should watch them on their release order because I think more or less you can still objectively look at it at the movies because the gaps between them, right? Because between 3 and 4 is such a large gap, and between 6 and 7 is such a large gap that you can take them as their own little entities in themselves. But watching them in chronological order almost fucks the story up because there's things that are canon that are changed that don't look the same as you progress through, that your brain, I don't think like if I went and watched Clone Wars and then went and watched like the Battle of Endor, I'm going to be like, wow, this looks so much shittier, and not even like grab the full grasp of like Empire Strikes Back. Like there's no way that watching it in chronological order. Special players.
What's up, brother?
There's no way. I couldn't do it. I have to, when I sit down to watch Star Wars, I still watch it 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
So
because the chronological order also like encompasses a shit ton of other things. You got to get through like 4 seasons of Rebels or whatever the fuck it is, or like, you know, Clone Wars or something. It's like, I'm not doing all that shit.
Oh, this isn't it. I tell you what, I've tried to do the like all of it in chronological order, where you do Rogue One, Phantom Menace, Solo. I don't do like the Clone Wars. That's too much. I don't have
90 hours.
Yeah, to get through 8 seasons of the animated series. I think it's great. I think it really pulls everything together.
I think, okay, I know the pull it together thing. Rogue One and Solo are really hard because I don't think about it like that. Oh, you froze. We'll be here in a minute. I like how I moved into the new place and I was really skeptical about having the internet and stuff, and Brad is still the person that has all the problems. So that's...
You froze on mine.
I did.
Now you froze like this. Gay. 2025. We'll take it back.
I'm fucking fabulous. The F slur is mine. No, I didn't really think about Rogue One or Solo. Solo is fine. Rogue One is like one of my top favorite Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I fucking love Rogue One. I think it's phenomenal. So that's something I didn't take into account because I don't think of those side story ones as ones that I would have people watch the first go through. Like if I had never been introduced into Star Wars and I never seen Star Wars, and someone was like, I will sit down and watch Star Wars with you, I would want them to watch it with me in the release format, because I think it'd be cool. Be like, ba, 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 and be like, oh my God, what happens? Cool. Well, who's this guy? Why is he like this? What's all this? I got a fucking special for you.
Fucking making fucking Memento out of fucking George Lucas movies.
Exactly. Yeah, I want you to wipe your brain of that. You got all these questions? Let me put on episode 1. We'll start over from the beginning. What? There's fucking...
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't we start here? Because I want you to experience the story that made Star Wars the Star Wars. Go back...
Is that an obvious Jewish racist stereotype? It is. It is. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Why was Leia dressed like that? Because Lucas was a freak.
The
The Jabba scenes.
Oh, Leia. I was picturing fucking Padme coming out in that fucking leather choker.
Oh. Lucas told Carrie Fisher that she couldn't wear underwear during that scene. And she was like, well, why? He's like, because there's no underwear in space. And she was like, okay.
Fuck yeah. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Let's fucking go.
Oh my God.
Is that really how it went?
I would not doubt that for a half second.
No. I think George Lucas said, you can't wear underwear for this scene. And she said, okay. That bitch was already gone by the time they fucking brought out the fucking space bikini.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure. There's all those scenes where like they have like stop stills. they have so many stop stills of Leia like around things, and like her just coke nails just sticking out like this.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
God, can you fucking imagine how on top of the world you must have felt though?
Oh my God.
The cocaine's pure. You're a star in Star Wars. Just
my favorite thing is you being a star after the first movie. Like, right? You go into this like weird sci-fi space opera that no one's even heard about. This guy, this weird fucking dude with a beard is like, I wrote a fucking sci-fi novel and I want to make it.
It's definitely not a Dune ripoff.
And you shoot it and you're like, okay, let's see what happens. And it fucking explodes and blows up. And then you make Empire Strikes Back. And at that point you are literally at the top of the world. You know what I mean? Like, the only cast member out of that entire thing that had any play was Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure Harrison was the guy who was like, hey, Carrie, keep this in your trailer.
Yeah. But luckily enough for them, like that was enough. That's like fucking Malfoy from fucking Harry Potter. Like, yeah, this will carry me the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Probably even some of my kids. Like, insane.
Would you... Disney has the rights, so I don't have much faith. But would you, if they decide,
this is already gonna fucking hurt me.
If
I can tell you just leading with Disney has the rights.
But if they did another 3 movies, would you rather see that, or would you keep watching these fucking dumb season spin-off bullshit that they keep doing?
Oh, I'd take 3 movies.
3 movies, right? 100%.
I take 3 movies. They're doing too much with the, and what's crazy is like Andor, like just give us another season of that. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, like I want more Jedi stuff, obviously, you know? I want more crazy
shit.
But
like see, the newest one that came out, Skeleton Crew, I haven't watched it because it's very clearly not for me.
It's kids.
It's for kids. And I also have to understand that, yes, like they still have like a younger audience and things like that. I think they're just doing too much. They're adding too much. They're trying to make stuff. Next thing you know, that won't just be like Disneyland. It'll be like Disneyland in Star Wars land. Like it'll have its own fucking thing because they've grown it to make that like that much IP so they can just fucking print money. And I'm one of those fucking idiots. I'll fucking do it. I'll go there. I'll spend fucking $35 for a bottle of water because the bottle of water is shaped in a certain fucking stupid way. And I'm an idiot. You got me. I'm the consumer that you fucking want, but I fucking hate you for it. Ooh. Ooh.
It's like
Mario.
It's like professional sports, man. Like nobody gives a shit about the game anymore. They just want to print money.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You bastardize you bastardize like IPs and franchises and stuff like that for just the money gain, and that's fine, and I understand it. But like the fact that the only people that are still adamant about it are like the real heavy nerd guys that are like, okay, well, now that this has become canon, this is what this does for all the rest of the stuff. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but you can objectively look at this as being dog shit. You know what I mean? I have not seen Skeleton Crew, but what I have is I've seen a bunch of clips from it, and it's like,
it's all that little fucking Snuffleupagus fucking guy. I'm like,
there's like there's some girl or whatever, and like she's got like the kids or whatever, and they go to like a broken down like bus or something, and she like kicks a door in type of thing, and it's like, didn't need it. There's like one board. She like, what, cha cha, like karate kicks it. The kids come inside, and she's like on the outside, like looking at something. Like she comes like running in, like slides on her knees and like turns around, looks at the kids, and it's like, okay, we have to get moving. And like, what is all this extra shit you guys are doing? It's just so goofy.
Trying to make it fucking.
It was like Acolyte, man. I watched a bunch of scenes from Acolyte, and I was like,
"Don't get me fucking started."
Dumb, dude. They had an opportunity. They were going to do with Acolyte. I think it transitioned to something else. So they were going to do the Old Republic, is what they were going to do before that. And I don't know if the Old Republic is still on the table or not, but Old Republic is like a fucking. Oh, it is such a good, fun story that it's like, if you fuck with Knights of the Old Republic and you do it wrong, you will actually, like, your outside base of, other than the troglodytes that just watch Star Wars and are Star Wars fans because of Disney Plus, you will fuck with an entire franchise's like fan base. And those are the people that would be like, we'll burn a city down to the ground. Like, Old Republic stuff is so fucking cool. Like old ancient, like way before like Jedi Civil War, way before, like hundreds on hundreds of years before like episode 1 type of stuff. Oh man, just cool shit. It's like, I would love to see that on the big screen. I would love to see that as a series or something, but I would love to not see Disney do it.
Yeah. See, there's the problem. But there's also like probably a saving grace. Like, it would be so cool if it was done correctly, but like at the equal point, like there's so much like source material and like novels and things that have been done about it and things that already exist about it, that I think that's enough for them to be like on guard. They're like, I don't think we can fuck with this one, guys.
Well, that was
like, how can we like, no, just off the table. No.
Well, that was the whole thing with the newer movies, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, there was a series out way back in the day called New Jedi Order. It was about Han and Leia's kids, and they were both twins, and they were both Force users. And the story followed the two twins growing up. Luke trained both of them. They both kind of split off and did their own thing. And there was all these books on all these adventures of these twins going out and being separated and then like going out in different spots and all. And it was a fucking really cool, unique thing. So when episode 1 came out and you found out that Ben was Han and Leia's kid, I was like, oh shit, maybe they're following the New Jedi Order type of stuff, and that's the direction they went. And then movie 2 came out with 20 minutes of the casino scene, and I was like, all right, never mind, they're not doing any of that.
God, the casino scene. And it was almost redeemed by fucking Benicio
Hamill.
del Toro.
Oh, I was gonna say Mark Hamill with the milk. Yeah, Benicio del Toro was probably the best part of that fucking movie. It would suck. 7 was actually a cool movie. Like, it wasn't great by any means, but like I was involved. I was ready for what the story could have been.
It was enough to like possibly bring you back.
I
It was
just
exciting. It was.
just seeing Kylo Ren and like,
Oh, I'm getting angry.
yeah, the Knights of the Ren storyline was so fucking sick and so cool, and like this idea that these masks are like these old like fucking Sith like relics that they turn into masks and stuff, and like these like very unique guys. The only time that you ever see the Knights of Ren are in a flashback scene and fucking for 5 minutes in the last movie. And it's like, man, you missed a whole opportunity for some dope ass shit. But like the first movie set it up so perfectly to be so dope, man. It was so cool. I was like, the end of it with like,
I can't believe that Disney swung and missed that hard.
Yeah.
I'm in shock. Fuck, dude.
Makes me upset. Makes me want to go back and watch the movies though.
It kind of does too.
Because I want to see if maybe I just missed something. You know?
No, I promise you we haven't. I've watched them enough that I know we didn't miss anything. But there's still that part of me that's like, just watch it again. Maybe you'll like it a little more.
7, 8, 9 were rough. 7 was bad. 8 was no, 7 was okay. 8 was bad. And then 9 was fine until Kylo Ren got his fucking conscious.
God, 8 could have been cool. 9 could have been cool. Like they both had the potential, but like just somewhere within, like if you somehow connected the story to make it make sense, that fight where he fucking twists the lightsaber, pulls it through fucking Scarface, and like they have that big thing, like the red guards and like everything's falling, like that in itself was pretty sick.
That was probably the best part of the movie.
Connecting it though, it was like I just felt like it didn't have legs.
Okay, so my
fucking Palpatine's like fucking unlimited power, like
Spider-Man
Rising was almost cool.
Why did?
But then like once again connecting stuff and
he's his granddaughter. She's his granddaughter. Okay, so here's what made me hate Kylo Ren by movie 9. Okay, everybody was like,
why did they have to be zombie imperial fucking like we've been submerged for 40 years. Let's come out of Davy Jones' locker.
There's this scene in 7 where
fucking Jerry Bruckheimer,
Kylo and Ren and Finn are fighting in the forest, right? Remember the snowfield at the end of the movie's dope, right? And there's that point where he gets shot with the blaster or whatever, and and you can tell that Kylo isn't really a trained Jedi. He's just fucking hacking the same way.
Yeah, it's all rage.
It's all rage and everything. And there's a scene where like he stands up and like you can tell the wound is getting to him, and he just fucking beats the shit out of it to like get it fucking back in, and then just goes into it. And then in movie 9, he gets his conscience and he jumps to the fucking thing and lands on it in his chest. He goes, ow. And I'm like, you fucking cocksucker. What the shit happened, man? The movie, the progression of character development is so bad. It just goes, whoop. It's so bad. Oh, man. And then I'm looking at video games, and I've got the same fucking feeling with video games. I don't know what,
because it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Watch it be intergalactic. The best thing that we saw was in the trailer, and you're gonna get in and whoop! All that character development is like, shit, you got me.
Oh man, I'm actually, part of me is thankful. Part of me is a little upset because I don't have the PS5 to pick it up day one. Part of me is also very thankful because it's like, if this game is dog shit, then I haven't wasted my time or money, because it's not just money of buying the game for me, it's money of buying a console, right? So
yeah,
that's my kicker on, I don't want to waste that time. But at the same point, like, I don't want to miss that experience or see all of it or be spoiled by it a year or something later. That's the problem with Spider-Man 2. I want to play Spider-Man 2 so bad, but I know the game already because it's been out for like a year and a half or 2 years. So I know it's been spoiled for me. I still want to play it though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick anything up for this Steam winter sale?
No.
Nothing?
Not a fucking thing.
Me and Aaron were talking about it. It's like most of everything that is on sale, I have. There's not much left over.
Well, your library is.
Did you see the year-to-date stuff for Steam? They do that thing where it's like, oh, like look at your end of year
Oh, like a Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't need that.
So let me give you a breakdown of mine. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up real quick because this was fantastic. This kind of fucked me up a little bit. So it's called Steam Replay. So my Steam Replay 2024. Now for Steam Replay 2024, this is games played.
Brought to you by Goldfish.
Brought to you by Goldfish. I played 41 games fewer than last year. I played a total of 132 games.
All year?
All year long. Different games throughout the year. 132 games played. 85 of them were new games.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's pretty good. And I played 41 games fewer than last year. I unlocked 763 achievements. 178 more achievements than last year out of 73 different games. My longest day streak was 18 days. 3 days shorter than last year with 17 games played. But the most crazy part about this, my most games played were Destiny 2, 7 Days to Die, and Gray Zone Warfare.
I didn't see 7 days. Yeah.
Sure.
Destiny 2 is surprising to me.
I played
don't
a
think
lot.
we put that much time in.
I was on it every single day. For months.
Gray Zone. That's impressive for what a short spurt Gray Zone was.
Yeah, dude. There was a lot of time invested in that, but I didn't think we played that much, or I didn't play that much, but I realized not only was I playing with like you and James a lot, but I was also playing with Aaron a lot, and I was also playing on my own a lot. So it was
You were rotating in and out of that thing.
I was playing a lot of Gray Zone.
Where's mine? I kind of want to see now.
Yeah, dude, they're kind of cool. I'm not sure where you would see it at. You got to go to your Steam and then maybe under profile. I don't know.
View profile.
We'll have to figure it out. I think 2025 is going to be my slowdown year. I think for the channel, I'm still planning on. So we've been consistent. So just so we're on the same page, was it January 18th or something is like a year the channel has been live. I don't think our first videos went live until like maybe a couple months later. I think we recorded a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of things, but like we started all of this in January of 2021. 2020. Yeah. Oh yeah. We sat down to do all this stuff. We started the whole process, got the channel like advertised or like, set up or whatever, like the end of 2020. And I think we started running this the beginning of January time. So like we are at 3 years. And for 3 years on YouTube, not a long time, but a long enough for us. We're 170 something episodes into a podcast. There's a ton of 7 days. There's a ton of gaming channels. Like not only that, but we've made 300 subscribers. Like the people that have watched us over the years. Like, I mean, thank you to all of you guys for sticking through whatever the fuck this is. But I mean, we've been in growth, And so this year it's like new place, new me, maybe new stuff for channel, do something different, change this up a little bit, not be so fucking stagnant with the same shit,
Join our OnlyFans.
Started
an bills to pay. Oh, we got an OnlyFans.
We do have an OnlyFans. You know what I would like to do? I think I'm gonna go get a few pedicures and maybe start selling feet pics. They sell way faster and more than OnlyFans stuff, man.
That's my next video idea. I'm gonna walk around fucking Walmart trying to take a picture of people's toes to upload. Let's see how much money we could make in 4 days. Just you imagine getting fucking body cam footage of me getting drug out of a Walmart because I was chasing some fat bitch around in fucking sandals. No, come here. It's a public space. I can take pictures of what I want.
I was just trying to get the
Step
lower
on this banana for me.
Spit on me. I'm telling you, man. I mean, if bitches can fart into jars and make millions of dollars, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, we're not bitches.
It's 2020. I can have a surgery.
You absolutely could.
I mean, I may not have I don't think I have the facial structure for feminine. But
Tits are tits.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They don't got to see my face.
I'm sorry. Did you imagine Walton Goggins looking that good in Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Exactly.
But
power tits, baby.
I don't know if I could do the full transition though. I don't think
I think it was full transition.
Just tits?
Yeah.
Just tits.
Tits and new jumping jacks. You got the best of both worlds. You got flop and flop.
All right, I got to reach out to a few doctors.
Nah. We just get those ones off fucking that what do you call it? Drag queens wear.
Oh, we're just talking about
it's just like a silicone neck suit. Just
okay.
You pop them over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Listen.
Fuck, I'm gonna do it too.
Listen to me. You're the guy.
There's our calendar.
But
there's our calendar.
Okay. Yes, I'm all right with that. But here's the thing: you're a guy. You know, guys. Guys are guys. You know a fake tit when you see a fake tit. You're not gonna
drink more. You'll care less.
Yeah, but you're not gonna make that money. Oh, you're back. Drink more.
You're not going to make that money?
Yeah. No, if I'm selling this, it's got to be authentic because you got to make that money. You got to make the desperate guys think that they have a chance.
They do. I got bills to pay. Fucking blowjobs aren't going for the 5K we used to think they were.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're just thinking wrong about this. We're trying to sell to fucking men. Maybe we should just be selling to women or gay men. I'll shave a butthole. It doesn't matter. I do it already.
On that note, everybody, Happy New Year.
Be safe.
We're looking forward to the changes you're deciding to make.
Yeah. Let us know what your New Year's resolution is. Hey, Brad. See you next year. All right, we're out of here. Bye-bye.